Welcome to Mitchell Elementary's ELF unit. This unit is on erosion, and this is Center 6. We are going to be talking about the whole story. So this is a story about caves. We have two books here you can go over with the center, and we're going to talk about the process of forming caves in soluble rock. So we're going to learn about how they're formed and discover. So we're going to talk about rain falling, seeping through the cracks, and causing erosion inside caves in soluble rock like limestone or gypsum marble. And you're going to talk about stalactites and stalagmites. Stalactites hold on tight to the ceiling, and stalagmites form up from the base of the floor, and they're caused by the minerals that's in the water forming down and dripping, and also forming from the floor dripping. So I'm sure you're all familiar with that. Maybe you've been to Cave of the Winds in Colorado Springs or other caves in the United States or around the world. So this shows just a quick picture. So at the beginning of your center, you might want to briefly go through these books. There's ice caves in here and other forms of caves. Oh, here's a great picture of some stalactites and stalagmites. Ooh, fancy. And then in the center, these kids are going to hopefully get to build their own cave and see their own formation of stalactites and stalagmites, represented by sugar cubes. So this center, as all of them, it's going to be very important to keep a clean center. This one's going to get very messy very quickly because it's clay, sugar cubes, and water. So you might want to have the younger grades work in pairs of two kids. The older kids could work as individuals if you so choose, if you have a pretty calm group. So what you're going to want to do in this center, here's our supplies. We have clay, and we'll have more clay in our tub, but you're going to take about a fist-sized bit, and maybe even less could work, but we'll try a little bit less. And you want the kids to form it into a pancake. It doesn't have to be very thick, and you want it kind of long, because what we're going to do is we're going to cover our sugar cubes, and this is going to represent our outside stronger rock, and the sugar cubes will represent more soluble rock. We have these plates here, and we're going to have the kids take 12 sugar cubes, and they can arrange them any way they want. They can arrange them in one big long thing or a tower. I'm going to do mine in like a tower. Jake, will you put this into a pancake, please? Okay, so there we have our sugar cubes. Then we take our pancake of clay, and we're going to want to seal both ends. So we're going to start at one end and wrap it over. You're going to have to demonstrate this for your kids. And seal both sides, because we want our water, our acid rain, to not go out the sides. We want it to go out the front and the back. Okay, so here we have one clay cave. Jake's working on our second cave. When he gets that one done, we'll show what that's going to look like. But here we have this cave, and it's filled with limestone, gypsum, or marble, the white sugar cubes. My plate's not too good for demonstrating, is it? Then we have our white baby bottle, and it's filled with water, but we're going to call it acid rain or carbonic acid. And we have a flashlight to show through once we demonstrate the stalactite and stalagmite formation. Now, I will spray water down. You can see a pretty good stream. And we're just going to let it go, and maybe you're going to count to 10. We're going to let it sit and hope it comes through to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to spray it again. Now on this side, the sugar is rapidly dissolving. But you can see it's kind of forming some different formations. This side is still dry, so we're going to do it some more. And sit for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jake, make it more rectangular than square. Jake's making us a nice rectangular pancake while we wait for our erosion to occur. I'm starting at the top of the cave and hoping it will go down. I'll show you the other side again here in a minute as it soaks through. It's kind of just a blob right now. And it's coming through, my second assistant Taylor is saying. Come on through, limestone eroder. Okay, here comes some trickle down. Okay, we're finally getting somewhere. You don't want to spray too much water or your whole sugar cube interior will collapse. So I'm trying to go slow. I'm trying to give it a little bit of time. The kids are going to be very anxious, as you can imagine, to see their sugar erode out. I'm going to wash some away, and I'm going to show this side of our cave. And we can see that it's eroding. Some stalactite and stalagmite type things are forming, but really it's kind of our cube squares. And we're having a slump on the other side. Let's see what we have. Okay, we kind of have some formations up here that are kind of in a, you have to use your imagination, it is ELF, that shows the formation kind of dripping down. So I added the water a little too quickly and it slumped. You might want to practice this. This is definitely something that would be great to come to the ELF open house for, so you can practice. Oh, and there it's going, falling down. But you can see, can you see it? You can see some shapes of stalactites and stalagmites. Now again, this was sugar cubes stacked too high. We're going to try it now with sugar cubes flat and see what happens with a more flat base. And then we'll talk about cleanup. So here's our little demonstrator. Great. Okay, this time we'll take 12 sugar cubes and put them in a row. Again, if you run out of sugar cubes, you gotta email us so we know to fill up the bin. We're gonna do this way. Whoopsie. Oh, I can't do my math. Ah, one extra one. Okay. The kids are going to be nuts wanting to lick their fingers and eat these. We do not have enough sugar cubes for the kids to eat them, so that is not allowed. Okay, again, I'm going to set this up with the clay stuck to the plate, wrapped tightly over, and then sealed on the other side, making a nice square. I'm going to open up the mouth of the cave. Okay, there we go. Sugars are nice and tight in there. And again, we're going to put it on a slant. And we're going to erode away. Acid rain. Yes, and now it's eroding our sugar cubes. Wait for it to come out the other side. It's not. I'm going to spray a little more and maybe count to 10 after this one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, on this end, I don't know if you can see, we'll use our flashlight again to demonstrate. There are some formations in there. Okay, and we're slanting it down, so gravity is also helping us. And we'll see what happens on the other side in just a minute. Giving it a little shake. Okay, we're getting some slumping, some wash away, but on this side, there we go. You can see it's kind of forming out. So this is going to show how erosion is carrying stuff away, and also there's a stalactite sort of forming. You have to use your imagination again. Kind of disappointed in this demonstration this time. But I think patience will be a virtue. And again, you might want to come to the ELF open house or try this yourself at home or before ELF session starts so that you can get just the right amount of sugar cubes and water. Again, I didn't have the time to sit there and spray it, and you won't have that much time because ELF centers are only 15 minutes. But if you look in our cave, can you see from this angle? On the side walls of the cave, you can see that it's forming some great formations in there. So, again, with this center, you'll want to have the kids do pairs or work as individuals. Cleanup for this center is very important. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the clay and you're going to go rinse it in the sink just really quickly. So I'm going to pretend like I did that. And then you're going to blot it with paper towels. Also, if you could rework the clay once the sugar's out of it to kind of get it to nice balls for the next group. If it's destroyed, go ahead and throw it out. But we hope that this oil-based clay will hold up over the course of the centers. As always, if you have any questions, you can email us at mitchellelf@gmail.com. Again, this center would be a great demonstration to do for you to practice beforehand so that you get just the right amount of time. And we'll work it through a couple more times too and send out pointers to the class coordinators. I think that's it. Thanks so much for tuning in to Elf at Mitchell.